I'm Aquaba, the about channel is to be. Make sure you subscribe, you have subscribe, man. And you know, who say the name of Asabre, age now say ana, has of folk on some na, Abba, and he be we has of folk fan now, Shabby. And I said, only has fan now, showing him has of folk performance this season, inconsistency in that dorsal, Last game on boy against Lagos City's Bohas, Kabakwa. Come on to me and say, there's been allegations upon allegations. Maybe say, defeats there, but on and yes, defeat Papa as a Omoya Shadan Omako. It's been like that the whole season. Consistency didn't share any honey area. And after the game, Coach Okuluso didn't say to be said, Charlie. No, team no, who said zeal in the Peppa on the ball, no shada, and near some number until a Malagon City to me winning and they say the white James league in the Ajagon area. But as a house of book fan of Asabre has a lot to say, and because also teach you what is happening in the club. And say na treben say na be din komo na agent on how or best sum up out of season with 2 games to go. How best sum up season of Akwaba.
Yeah, no.
Na bibia boko de.
Am adom.
O pomu de boko ba has dem nya sure say boko.
Boy, o mi pomu de ba has de nya boko sa. Say mkoyi.
But mun ni asia so sa you are in the middle.
En fataye. Yeah, dabre no. En fataye.
2 games to go. You can say, oh, Sammy has for season now, but Sammy absent.
Disastrous.
Disastrous.
Yes, and shameful.
Is it not change of coaches and the direction? Maybe it is normal to expect this. You say, if you say Pamo Bodu, Nabuni, so by Nabuni, so coy, and I say, you see, you're hatching, you're not, and the head coach. Sometimes, Anna, Edwin say, over control players because they know say you know how better now anyways because new coach here they don't home farm. Is it not so a factor
when the decisions are not correct? Decision of appointment, decision of dismissal, decisions in general, if they are not correct in the team, it has a toll on the performance of the team. Now, so far as board stroke management don't take firm, convincing decisions in the club, this is the outcome that we should expect. In yet firing of the coach or hiring another coach, and a problem. A decision. At any time that you are taking a decision, it has its own repercussions and consequences. It can be negative, can be positive. But in majority of the situation, you take a decision that you think will inure to the benefit of your club. That is why you need to take a sober reflection before you take a decision. Otherwise, knee-jerk decisions are take care, you regret in future. And that is what is happening.
Well, I'm not sure.
Hiring of Boadu came along with a lot of praise from the board chairman. We have understudied Boadu for a long time. We have realized that he's a die in the wool house of folk fan. He's a promising coach. They gave me a lot of accolades. Finally, he was booted out when his contract was not even over. So what went into the decision to hire him in the first place? You do give room for certain not unanticipated defeats be a beba who your patience and in a till the end of his tenure. And now say failures be about obey the fire. Is that what went into the decision in the first place? What has if you're a management or a board that will take a decision on every aspect of your club, you have to measure the decision. You have decided that you want to marry. Before you decide that you want to marry, who is the lady that I want to marry? What sort of characteristics enemy here free Saubano? All these will go into the decision as to who best fits you to marry. That is notwithstanding, say, decision we're taking our Kofas Saubano, the marriage will not
challenges
come problems and challenges. It will come. But challenges in the bar, would Obana to the extent say Oberman a chance and now we are so erratic. Say me take a decision that Obana will be down now. Is that your decision? So if you are taking a decision in a club, you are taking a decision initially, you think it will be in overall interest of the club. But when you see signals, say the decision went wrong, you beat a retreat and take another plan. But idea has to focus this year a decision.
Which decision are you doing?
Which decision is born out of a vision? Who the house are money? One mommy, a budget. Budget now the mommy no. One mommy target. Your decision of hiring me, hiring me, no, comes along with a certain target. Who the target in mommy? The decision to hire me is a decision that I must not fail you. Me recruitment towards satisfying the vision that you have. Me coach. What sort of coach do I have to hire? Before coach now, does the coach meet the expectations of you? It meet your expectation a bit into the vision that you have.
But what do I'm sure met the expectation by winning trophies?
Why was he fired?
You do baby worldwide. You be foul. I'm one baby. You do baby in Korea. You would have to be fired. It happens everywhere.
It happens everywhere. But history I try and say, the more you live with a particular coach, the more the coach succeeds. Joshua Tukwuefo is one of them. Such as here.
You do baby in Korea.
Yes.
What do we?
Jones, the same thing. Jones one was not too rosy. Why was he slapped in Obuasi? Joshua Tukwuefo, a supporter slapped him. I'm a nature to you. Obuasi, when I was played as a man, it is not all that rosy. But you must consider a lot of factors. Me, for all I know, if you say after hiring and firing several coaches, Boadu was going to have a certain period of time,
okay,
so that he will live to become a legend of House of Folk, given his age. What I say, at best. And every season, they can say season and there could take it 2 week refresher course. Never. Young building a man legend. Because history again has proven say since 2012, how many coaches in my house and I end the say.
Tianya Ubia, what you must start to really be there.
And now first was who do is 30 something, 35, 36, 37.
Okay.
Also, if we say what do you maintain in the next 10 years, not only 47 years, on your legend will have of
course.
Near man, all the necessary support. Says a Ghana, which coach? Tell me, Ghana, which coach? And I'll bet my singing out to say, only the Messiah of anything. All of them are up and coming coaches. Oh, and when your coach meets a board, you know, a bit show signal, say. Make Magic League, make Magic FA Cup, make Africa disastrous. But you build out of the failures. Into kakran no. Akabodu benye babies. Fine. Obe fire bodu. O fire anyway, you know. What was your plan?
Only buy.
Match buy. Match buy only in a meeting. Did you tell him of your vision? Did you tell him of what you want him to achieve for you? And was he on course? If he was on course, why was he dismissed? Not by you, but by supporters. After supporters sacked him, what did you tell the coach? What did you tell supporters? What it means is that even the decision to bring Matis Krano was not born out of a deeper reflection of the situation. What do I say? It's Matis by one check. And then Matic call, you know, what happened? Assistant coach take over. Assistant coach didn't take over now. Did you make any plans for a new coach to be hired to partner Okulu? And now say, what plans was it in place? Say Obama Okulu ahead no one assistant kakra. Now at the end of the season, what a new coach. You looked on for this one man to play throughout until Onya red card.
Until Onya red card, be so. Me enko actually say, tie to aso. Ya fi bia na ejina na hwe ho kakra bia. Bia na e ono car na pese etiti kakra. So for now kasa red card na sam.
It showed a red card because there was no plan B. There was no contingency plans. We kept on looking on until Okulu became helpless. It showed a red card. There was nobody to sit on the bench, but a physical trainer. The house of food that you know, is this how we do our things? This is how we do our things. And in all this, who took that decision not to bring in a fresh coach?
Okay.
Who took that decision not to have a complement of a coach to partner Okulu?
But of I clearly shows that the Mpanifono no money ready to sack the coach. The supporters na koko pamon, so there was no plan when the supporters sacked the coach. It was evident bench and so no money want to go phobia, but mona mako pamono.
Supporters are copamu coach. Oh, dear na okay. Were you in support or you were against? If you were against the sacking of the coach of the supporters, why didn't you talk to the supporters and convince them that the coach is performing and therefore we don't support what you are saying? Let us give him time.
Okay.
Are you not in charge of the club? Are the supporters the ones who are in charge of the club? No. You can talk to the supporters and let them understand that the coach has these selling qualities and it is yet to show. It will give man a chance. Now on to us. What did you tell the supporters? Nothing. What did you tell the coach? Nothing. Until the coach himself saw that his life was not guaranteed. And there was all. Even went to the extent of reporting to the police for him to be protected because he was afraid of the supporters. As management and the board, what did you do? Decision.
Will you give them decision? Someone will you give them credit for the decision to hire Samuel Boadu?
Yes, I give them credit. I give them credit of that decision to hire Boadu. I give them credit.
But actually,
yes. Inti me throughout it is a life experience. Any decision that you are taking, you have to think of the repercussions of that decision. It can be positive, it can be negative. It can turn out that your expectations of taking that decisions will not be met. But in that case, what do you do? What is the plan B? In case this decision I've taken will not inure to my benefit, what is the plan B? We didn't have any. And so we have to look on for a helpless Okulu to go on throughout.
Are you saying Okulu is not a good coach?
Okulu is a good coach, but perhaps not up to the standard of Asabre. He's a good coach.
Liberty, as an assistant.
Assistant.
Not a certificate to Cranham.
Assistant, not the main coach. As an assistant coach. No doubt. He proved in a certain sense to convince me, say, he can be a good coach
with time.
With time. You see, he can be a good coach with time. Decision, league need be we. Again, another decision will be taken. Are we maintaining Okulu? Are we going for a new coach? Are we going to maintain Okulu as an assistant coach? Decision. Decision. And whether your club is thriving or your club is failing, it depends on the decision you took.
I bet take it, you know wahwe risk na be take you this is be abe make bia no risk na be say o take it far
decision nyama try makwe.
Oh, Simon.
You have to weigh a lot of options before you take a decision. Yes. Decision be I will take care. Oftentimes end in a failure, a reckless decision, knee-jerk decision, a decision that is not well thought out. And it lead you to failure. But if you sit down and analyze the situation very carefully and ask a lot of questions, you cross the T's, you do this thing, and then you take that decision. It means you have gone through a lot of pain to take that decision. And almost invariably, the decision goes well.
I've heard you talk about leadership of the club to be company for the whole nine. That is too harsh. I mean, to say maybe I mean, when I'm leading my league, you were happy. Nothing near man maybe to be cardi over.
Can you me more me country will be as in maybe to I premised my frustrations on if me say Obia what contribute to this shameful spectacle House of Folk is going through. This disgrace our House of Folk supporters come through no. Obia what contributed to it. Now what benefited from it. What I say? Now what benefited from it, which means that who individually know what benefited. But overall good of the club no what good any masses. Into Obia what benefited from your misfortune na ye come no. Na me betuanika. What do I say? Because has a common here, meaning the number of people who call me expressing frustrations. Some high, some low. Meaning I'm in Mumpa almost friend say Maxwell. We have been hearing you on Asabre FM. You speak for us, but we are disappointed. What is going on? Justices of the courts, Supreme Court, High Court justices, Omuya House of Folk supporters go through this. When we talk House of Folk supporters, and yeah, sebi, unipa bi enipa, but sebi, the only from bia, or you should be now, ton graphic be now, ton you street. No, one supporter. Consider supporters of higher repute. Omudo mure, asheti minimum. Almost expecting good results all the time. Almost some crofone, almost your supporters. It would almost fat send Guasia ye coming. Near the show 5-5-1, near show 4-1, near show 3-0, look African, not 6-1, not 3-0. What you say? Now, Obiso, I've been robbing it all in our faces by telling us his mind. Obedient to me. Sebe obi nya peda obi ntimi nya obi sikani bi obi ntimi nya bi wona busuamu da ye ton mo kwa ntimi ni sandi pa kon investment enya peda na obi sa be keka sansem wi e fa kira na utie House of Folk supporters public omo frustrations and what they are going through. What I will say is in the midst of such a frustration, I have to come out and announce say Obia we are contributing factor Odi has come through this period. Not only this but while benefiting from it, you can be a player. Say whether by plan or by your own design. And Wayama has a call for more. Whether you are a management member, we are official of the club, we are individual be a baby. Obia what contribute to this shameful spectacle of House of Folk in the history of the club. This shame. Obia what contribute to it. Now I'm fan of him. Now what benefit every mono.
The
Mintranica. Linka body.
Ufa.
Nyami betua Sandy Pakronka for causing pain in the hearts of a lot of our supporters across the country.
Fa ubodua.
Enye dua. Oka ho.
There be menka ho but as
Nti wo fa ho be.
Asabre crying.
No, what contribute to this shameful thing? Why be? And you fa ho be.
Now why not?
Me ni mo mo. Se me ka ho anya me ntua me ka.
Asabre crying.
If you say baby a house edu sisi ano, e say ye sekire ye sen aduasa me no. E kan sem e man panyimfo no te so mo ye ka no mo ntia. We have to tell them something. Where me I did not have supporters of by Fluko. And nobody forced me into the club. Out of joy and satisfaction, na be able to support of House of Folk. And I met at my age. Me all that there is to know. Me continental glories. Me has a do finals. Yaji Cup free yes.
Only latter day supporter.
There be me has started African Cup journey 1972. Me yakoni ye community 1977 yakọ finals. Me House of Folk 1979 yakọ finals. Me House of Folk 2000. Yaji me House of Folk semi finals several times. Me Super Cup Kumasi yakọ free Zamalek nsem. Me House of Folk waji Confederacy Cup Africa Kumasi Sport Kotoko Kumasi Sports Stadium. Me has our producer Gokin in Peter Lamte and Ishimala. No, who everything in House of Folk. So why am I worried?
Okay.
Why should I be worried? Me worry ni say e maburu na e ba no. Anhwe ye bedru baby enye obi obey House of Folk supporter bi. E maburu na ba no. There is nothing exciting about the club. Odi be nyini ti say yen hu excitement e di nyini ye no. Enti e be kakra ka say phobia obi antwanani. Say e koso ni ye say 6-1, 5-1 any sane ma wi a. Enti e wo say ye sekire ye se ka kire nkrofo say wa umpe club ni ye. Na who contribute to this shameful a year and my supporters ni nyani kan ma club no ho. Wa who contribute to that be am betua oka. I have no apologies for that.
You made reference Penifoni be responding in a certain way. How would you be fair to say any response about so frustration now supporters more common be maybe penny so come be listening to utterances from fans na the echo also frustrated. No also be responding to supporters. Would it be fair to say so?
Near what chief executive be a friend of Tommy Thompson. On 1977, or they call African Cup finals. On in 1979, or they call African Cup finals. It has training grounds. And also Oyezongo boy and Granny, but Oyezongo boy, he understands the language of the Zongo people. Otihausa papa. They go training grounds after a disastrous match Tuesday. Normally. Omba match Sunday Tuesday number training. Now, Nima boy CB. The Hausa ti papa ya tem sa. Dina tem. Sabi ni family ni mama ni papa ngina du mat ni tem. Tommy ni friend ni Django, Tommy Thompson. Django. Chief executive of House of Folk. Ti ni ngina point training, and he walked straight to where these boys were and spoke Hausa to them directly. Hey, Papa, what's Hausa? Did you clear what? Was it the Muka in Mate? But unim, who deserve the Muka?
Okay.
I understand your frustration. You expect more from me, until I understand you. But sometimes, ya mama kasa no.
I'm raffle.
Mama caught too much. Until mo ye me na fofo. Ebi ene na mo ntia se a mo mra me ho. Na cheche mu. Hey, obi a ho for ye. Obi a ho for ye. And since then, how supporters learned how not to talk to an elderly person. Yeah, for Papa be HP Namitai. Mr. Grey hair. Me too, I agree. No, you're managing director, State Insurance Corporation. Why a former GFA chairman? Or a director of House of Folk. Accra Sports Stadium has no lead upon match. Now you're chasing no. Papa Penny no. You're chasing no. You're penable. Yeah, because you mo utrinyu white no. Utrinyu white. Yes, be any. Utrinyu white. Yes, be any. Supporters oh. I utrinyu white. Yes, be any. Kokoshe you mo. Unim yansa. This man never spoke back to the supporters. He took it in his stride, knowing very well, say, when supporters are frustrated, they can pour out nonsense.
When they are happy,
they are happy. They will even applaud you. They can even come and carry you. All that the supporter is expecting is that perform and let me be happy. That is who is chasing it. Oh, glad in the supporters' hearts. Millennium chairman, millennium chairman. Who is obedient at him? And we are the end, we are the four. No supporter can be one. Now, begin to be a supporter. Who in a year, Kwani.
But why don't you believe them? Because they've done it before.
You are sitting, your place, your position in the club, no? You are sitting there as a responsible person. Otherwise, you will not be given that position until you have to act responsibly. Not to anybody, but to your supporters.
But why don't you believe them? Because they've done it before. If one traffics for you before, it means they can do it.
If in 12 years you have won one.
Oh.
12 years you have won one league. 12 years, 2 FA Cups. Yeah, problem.
Oh my, what much league it means they can do it again.
This is Accra House of Folk standards. Accra House of Folk has a standard of winning the league. The only club in Ghana to have won the league 6 consecutive times. 6 in 6 years. 6 consecutive times. No club has ever done it in Ghana. This is the club you are leading.
Okay.
And in 12 years, you win what? And you want me to applaud you.
League
all lower standard, you know. League no you know. That very year, no my idea. That can you idea.
Oh.
Yeah, na nkasa no my idea. That can you now.
That Coach Ben will hope to see to help lead the team no. The titi ogum.
Kana had me who coach papa bia wa bi.
Unti ogum. Hey, over. Ogum ajiri kotoko ajiligia. Local Black Stars assistant coach no.
It's in the track record no.
The one factor so miensa. And obeji league kotoko. And ni man okay board member Urenya Hobeka say on any gene hotu.
He might be good for us of folk. He might not be good after all. What for third position? Kotoko leaders. To assess a coach in a particular season, is it the case that he had a collection of good players or better than all the other teams? It's in a man performing a G League in Anna teams in Asa. Or how competitive was the league? How competitive was the league? Did you find any outstanding player in the league or challenging Kotoko so much? And to assess a good coach, I will not use a 1 year league triumph to assess whether you're a good coach or not. And every coach is as good as the materials available to him. Ogum can come to us of work and fail because he might not get the same set of the same collection of players until he might come there and fail.
The house players
but coach be our the philosophy of the coach. Into bet my journey another club not finding it difficult because you not get
less than 50
in your style.
They might be good, but
they might be good, but fit style. To assess a coach, you need a longer period of the coach's experience in the league, not when he came to Kotoko and won.
Now is a Boni Beboa.
I don't know.
Oh, Peboni and Apebini. Your wish as a supporter.
At this stage of people above coaches.
Okay.
But the way Ghanaian players are very indisciplined. No one is serious. No one I think Brunei coach, if for nothing at all, discipline. Brony coach by here.
Ogum is very disciplined. We've heard of him. The Ogum there, discipline there.
Ghanaian coaches, if they want to discipline the players, they need the support of the management and the supporters. But Brony coach
comes naturally.
It comes naturally. Brony coach, here will be a support, but he can instill discipline in the team.
Okay.
But Brony coach or Ghanaian coach, So when you support from management and country players, and they say, hey, we have reposed every confidence in the coach. Whatever he comes to tell us, we will follow. We'll do this. We'll do that. We are about cycle. We say.
Then they will do ya.
Yes, Amasa. That is our mentality. Whether Brony or Bibini, it depends on the type of supporter you have man to succeed, and also depends the type of players are open. Say or no and then more. Almost invariably, the coach be a person high in the table.
What you mean?
What you mean? She players. Unfortunately, to confirm coach at this stage, but on Tina Kromada, on show a league that it's
next season there.
If I say by next, if I say your best starting league, I believe in a way. I confirm with coach about when him play one way league in it will be difficult for him to recruit. He has to be assisted.
Yeah.
Now
that's why Okulu is there. Okulu bosses in. Okulu can help.
Enti Okulu like I said we okay. But I said this a Brony catcher said this is my philosophy. So give me players
a bit to fit into
the philosophy.
Good. Man, and I Asabre every time it's exciting. See and then I cast on the same channel. Make sure unsubscribe here and subscribe it. You ever say I'll say season you disastrous. Season you create money
shameful.
What's the shameful account? Kejuana Kasani Erica said, "Why ever say why?"